Hello all, welcome back to another informative discussion on the entities that we keep contained at our many locations. Today we are returning to the files regarding the Alton facility, where the general public are invited for a fun day out while our operatives work below the surface. The work they are doing, however, is becoming far more dangerous than I previously thought, and I did not think the agency would allow this. The one entry we are looking into today is that of the NM515 virus. By no means is this a conventional virus, and in fact was an accidental creation by Phalanx, one of our many scientific teams who have been conducting tests on the NM515 corpse, or as some people have come to call it, the Nemesis creature. We've had to allow them access to talk to the general public, as the Nemesis corpse is in an undesirable location. You see, the corpse just appeared on the surface, and any attempts to move it were thwarted by the creature's unwanted passengers. Locust-like creatures, who were feeding on the creature's large body until it could no longer sustain itself and keeled over. This, alongside the strange chemicals produced by decay, made us weary of foreign disease. So instead of moving the body, we froze it in place, freezing any bacteria, freezing the locust, and making the body safe for visitors to be around. Unfortunately though, it does appear as though those privileges might have to be reconsidered, as far too many of the general public are being allowed to touch the specimens collected by the Phalanx scientists. Because of the unfortunate circumstances surrounding the corpse, we have decided to build an elevator shaft from the creature to the underground testing facility. We couldn't let the public know about this, so we set up a secondary false elevator that led to a new ride. It's from the location below that we found the NM515 virus, a virus that can change the makeup of any organic or inorganic matter. If it was activated, the virus, instead of destroying the living creature, will instead infect them and use them like a host. Once attached to a creature, the virus itself doesn't get contracted through any means other than contact with stem cells. We now know the original creature might have looked completely different, and has given us reason for concern as to just how big of a creature it could infect. This led to experiments in the facility, and we started small, with a scorpion. Evidently this was decided as the scorpion had similar anatomy and traits to the corpse above, but what we saw was horrific. The creature almost tripled in size and started taking on the similar coloration of the Nemesis corpse, primarily appearing red and black, but spikes also became more pronounced along the arms and legs, and sections of the exoskeleton opened up to reveal flesh. What was more horrific still was watching the scorpion's mouth open wide, stretching unnaturally with a glowing orange and red eye appearing from inside. The anatomy twisted and contorted, still keeping the traits of the original creature, but essentially making it its own. After this point, if you ask me, the experiment should have been cancelled, any research should have been filed, and the vials containing the virus should have been burned. But they weren't, and I'm certain they are still experimenting with the virus. Last we heard from Phalanx themselves was January 2023, but the majority of staff have been asked to stay away from the research facility for the time being, just in case we accidentally release the experiments. However, I do know for certain that a Miss Jade Wardley has been asked to attend an event at the Alton facility, so we should hopefully have more information in the near future. The NM515 virus is potentially one of the most dangerous and daunting things contained in any of our sites, as if it were to evolve, it could become close to a zombie-like infection. This entity is just one of the many items that causes us to question the gods' decisions to make our species a conductor for imagination-based creation. Because we have slowly become more morbid and detached from the beauty of the natural world, all we can do is hope that we don't see any of these creatures escape, and pray that Phalanx know what they are doing with their experiments. The agency's priority is to protect the general public, anything else is secondary, so if Phalanx show any sign of deviating from that goal, or risk the lives of any visitors to that park, we will be at hand to stop them, whether they are taken alive or dead. If there are any questions, please stay behind, and I will see what me or Miss Wardler can do. But if you are satisfied with what you have heard, I look forward to seeing you next time.